the engine itself was co-developed by Rose Regeneration and our partners East Riding Council. Each financial proxy within the engine is tested by the team through their research, looking at publicly available evidence, so that each financial proxy can clearly demonstrate a value, and it's a verifiable financial value as well. They go through all this every year and update them, make sure it's all up to date, which is brilliant to hear. So the report you receive as a user also kind of includes those links for each financial proxy as well, so you can kind of click through and see the research basis that your social value is based on. They've also gone through an incredibly rigorous accreditation by Social Value International, and I think at the moment they're the only UK social value company who have achieved that accreditation. So it's really important for us at Orchestras Live to know that the partners we're working with are working in a solid and robust evidence manner, and it's been brilliant to hear from them about the kind of rigorousness of that process. So we have a long-term relationship with East Riding Council. They've been partners of ours for many years now. And since 2016, we've developed our Classically Yours programme. And with that, we've kind of, over the years, developed our evaluation approach to this. So our local partners at East Riding are brilliant at getting good response rates, and they really understand the value of evaluation. And as part of their training within the council, discovered the social value engine and thought, we haven't used this before as an arts team, and we don't think it has been used on a cultural project before, as Karys has said. And so in this phase of Classically Yours, one of our targets was to pilot the social value engine with some trepidation to see what it told us about orchestral projects. We know, working in the orchestral sector, that budgets can be big, and we had a concern around kind of whether we would get a positive return on investment because of the cost of orchestras and the cost of setting it up in the first place. So it's been a really interesting process and a very valuable one now, as you can tell. So we identified basically the project we thought had the most social value and potential with the social value engine, really, to trial it, which is our Withensea and Hornsea intergenerational project. So this has a creative project with young people in 2 secondary schools, running alongside a creative project with 4 care settings. It comes together in a culmination performance at the local high school with 2 community choirs. And this year we've built in some young producers' work as well. So it really is involving lots of different groups within the community in terms of the orchestral project, working with the brilliant Manchester Camerata there. So it felt like a really rich place to pilot this social value engine in the first place. And the results have been exciting. For 2023 project, we had £8.73 of social value per pound spent, and in 2024 this went up slightly to £8.78. And there's variations between each year, but there's real consistency between the data, which is brilliant to see. So this is on the high side of social value, but it's not overclaiming, and that's something that we had to dig into quite a bit as we were putting these together with the social value team. Really helpful for us to start to understand that in a lot more detail. And the other kind of part of the system with social value that you have to begin to understand is about overclaiming, because we all lead lives where we're doing an awful lot of things, and it's very difficult to attribute one social value to one particular thing. So we have to look at the checks and balances around how we assess our work, and the system within the social value engine helps us do that. So, our one-off concert and project is going to have some social value that lasts for a period of time, but that's not going to be a huge period of time because it's a one-off project, as opposed to an ongoing programme if you were going weekly to a group, say. So that's been a really interesting process for Karys and I as we've got to know the engine.